Hello students, welcome to Impetus series. Now today we'll be starting our second module or the second domain of Impetus series, that is literatures of the past explained, right? So we have done in our first series, that is Tiger Reserve series. So we got a really good response from the students that it really helped them. Okay, so now we'll be starting with our second series. Now just before starting the second series, I want to let you know that series 2 and series 3 will go in parallelly. Series 2 will be all about the literature of the past. I'll be telling you what I'll be covering here, and in the series 3 I'll be covering modern history personalities from a very different perspective. Okay, so let's begin this series. And one more thing, our now the Impetus videos will be really short as compared to a Tiger Reserve series. This is one feedback that we got, that if we can make the videos small, it will be really good. The motivation of the students increases, right? Okay, and now we'll be making very small short videos, but a lot of videos, and we won't be compromising on the quantity and the quality as well, right? Okay, so as we do in an Impetus series, first we try to realize you what is the importance of the series itself. But why? Because Impetus series we are covering, right, the things from a non-conventional perspective that is not covered in your traditional way where are reading. Okay, so first in the 2016 prelims, the question was asked, which of the following book of the ancient history has the love story of the son of the founder of the Shunga dynasty? Swapna Vasadatta, Malvika Agnimitra, Meghdut, and Ratnavali, right? So we have read many of them, but about the plot, sometimes we tend to, what is the importance of reading the plot? But they've asked the question, isn't it? So that goes to show that if we spend some time on reading about the literatures of the past, and if this question pops up, it's really good, isn't it? So in the whole series, my idea is to cover around 15 to 20 most important literatures, okay, cumulatively. That will, and if you spend this much time, I think around 1 hour of time, and if the one question comes in your examination, it's a really good benefit to the cost ratio. A lot of benefit and really small cost, 1 hour cost you have to pay. Okay, so let's start. So first is, in this session we'll be covering only the 5 literatures. Coming session, as I told you, the videos will be really short. Okay, so this introduction I won't be repeating from the next video. Okay, so let's start our discussion. First is Swapna Vaswadatta. Okay, so it's a Sanskrit play in the 6 acts written by the ancient poet Bhasha. Okay, Swapna Vaswadatta. It is probably the best known of the Bhasa's work. Now, every story you need to know the plot. A small plot is there, very interesting, like a play or a poem. They have a story behind it. So basically, Swapna Vaswadatta has the story of a romantic narrative of a Vatsa king, Udayana, and Vaswadatta, the daughter of the Pradyodata, the ruler of Avanti. So basically, the king from Vats area, and the heroine or the women protagonist is from the Avanti kingdom. Okay. The main theme of the drama is the sorrow of Udayana for his wife Vasadatta. So the drama revolves around the sorrow of this Mr. Udayana, the Vatsa king, because of the sorrow, because he believed that his wife is perished in fire. His wife perished in fire, so he is thinking that she is now gone, and then the whole play revolves around this whole literature revolves around this idea. Okay, however, that was a rumor spread by the one of the ministers of Udayana to compel his king to marry Padmavati, the daughter of the king Magad. So his minister wanted Mr. Udayana to marry another woman, right, Padmavati, it is said. So as to make Udayana ready for this marriage and make the other party ready for this marriage as well, he said, he spread a rumor that your wife has died in the fire. And the play revolves around the idea of the love and the sorrow shown by the Udayana. That's it. That's much. We have to remain a very shallow level. Now, I'm not going to start my Sanskrit plays here. We just need to know the person who has made this story and the plot of the story. That's it. So coming just some additional information. So Avanti in the Ujjain, these are the Mahajanpadas, Ujjain, Avanti, and Vatsa Kaushambi. One more important thing, I am not doing it, but I was letting you know that these are the 16 Mahajanpadas. You need to know the locations in which, in particular modern state, which of the kingdom is in which state. For example, Avanti is in the MP state, something like that. So you need to recognize the which Mahajanpada lies within which state, and that is your static thing that you have to do, right? Just like we did for the tiger reserve, the static thing, the vegetation. Similarly, you have to take care of the uh, Mahajanpadas in the static portion. So it's something about Bhasha also. So Bhasha's date of birth is uncertain, but it is most likely between 3rd and the 4th century CE. How they have figured it out actually? How they fit the with his writing, because his language is close to Kalidasa in 5th century. Then it's to Ashwagosha in the 1st to 2nd century CE. We're also going to see many works of Kalidasa. Definitely Kalidas cannot be skipped, and some of the work of Ashwaghosh as well. Okay, and the more importantly, just need to remember Bhasha's work do not follow any dictates of the Natya Shastra. In the Natya Shastra, some rules, regulations are given. You must be knowing if you have read art and culture. So Bhasha's work does not follow the dictates of the Natya Shastra. Okay. Next play is, second one is Malvika Agnimitra. So it's a Sanskrit play by Kalidas, not Bhasha, Kalidas. Okay. It is his first play, the first play of Kalidas. Kalidasa's Malva Agnimitra is based upon some events in the reign of Pushyamitra Sunga. Okay. So the question in the UPSC that was asked, just one second. This was the question asked. Shunga dynasty, so answer will be Malvika Agnimitra. Okay. Yeah. So the play tells now the play tells the story of the love of the Agnimitra, the Shunga emperor. So he was the son of the founder, son of the Pushyamitra Sunga, emperor, Shunga emperor Vidisha for the beautiful handmaid of his chief queen, that is Malvika. He falls in love with the picture of the exiled servant girl named Malvika. So there's a story which says that Malvika was a servant girl, but eventually, so the queen of Agnimitra will be furious. When the queen discovers his husband's passion for the girl, now this person also falls for the girl. This Mr. Agnimitra falls for the handmaid of the queen. But when the queen become, obviously the first wife will become furious at this, what my husband is doing. But this is the story revolves around that. When she comes to know that Malvika belongs to royal blood, she has a royal birth, she is not a handmaiden, she was in exile, and she has taken some she has taken a different form as a handmaiden. Then when she comes to know that she is from a royal birth, then she accepts as one of his queen, right? And finally they got married, and this is the Malvika Agnimitra story. Very simple story plot. The details are obviously in the act itself, but this is the plot that revolves around. Next is interesting Meghdut story. Meghdut, Meg means the cloud, Dut means the messenger. Okay, so it's a poem by Kalidas. Kalidas' most famous work, in fact, a poem of around 100 plus stanzas, that is 120 stanzas, really uniform, 4 in number or something, very uniform. The work is divided into two parts, Purva Megha and Uttar Megha, not important. So basically it revolves around a story that Yaksha is a divine god, and he is being served by the the King Kuber. King Kuber is there, and he is served by some Yakshas. Okay, and one of the Yaksh is too much remembers his wife too much. He is not able to perform his duty, right? For neglecting his duty, and he was banished by the king to the central India. Somewhere in the woods he is been sent. So he writes, the monsoon strikes, he tells the cloud that please send my message to my beloved wife. And my message, the entire poem is basically the way how the cloud will pass from this place to this place, finally to the wife's home. And Mr. This Yaksha, he describes to the cloud the way, how the cloud should follow the way to reach to his wife. And that is the whole story, that is the whole poem that is being described. Really beautifully it is written, really good reviews, right? So convinces the cloud to take the message to the wife at Alaka at the Mount Kailash, some Himalayan place where his wife is. So message from him to the wife goes, and the cloud, the story revolves around the places the cloud will visit towards the wife, from the person to the wife, Meghdut. Okay, Yaksh accomplishes this by describing many beautiful slides. The cloud will see its northward course to the city of Alaka, where his wife awaits his return. Okay, wife is also missing him, so wife is also awaiting his return, and he is sending the message through the cloud. Okay. Next story is the Ratnavali. So basically, it's a play by very famous Harshvardhan, the king Harshvardhan. Harshvardhan has three plays. Two plays we'll cover here. One place we'll be covering in the next time. So Ratnavali is one of the play by Harsh. Okay. So Ratnavali is a Sanskrit drama about a beautiful princess named Ratnavali and the great king named Udayana. The same king, isn't it? Some people say that it is an extension of the work being done, the earlier work that we have read, Swapna Vasudatta, extension of that work to this place. Okay. So Ratnavali is a girl. So story revolves around, first we'll see this. The story revolves around, it was prophesied, she was from basically Sinhala, Sri Lanka. Ratnavali was from Sri Lanka, right? A far away kingdom. And the story of Udayana and his wife are really, everybody knows about it. The wife, the Udayana and his wife Vasudatta, it is also same mention. Vasudatta is the wife. You see, Vasudatta, Udayana has already his wife, that is Vasudatta. Remember the same story, Swapna Vasudatta story carrying on. So Udayana has his wife Vasudatta, right? Now the story of their love is widespread. Now this prophecy, somebody, his minister comes to know of this prophecy. His minister says, heard that whoever marries Ratnavali will be a Sarvabhuma, that is sovereign. He will become a Sarvabhuma. He'll become the master of all. Then he really wants his king to be the master of all. So he says that my king marry this girl, right? Now this girl parents say, no, we know that this particular king loves his wife really much. Then again he makes a story. Then again he makes a story that that wife is dead, something like that. Or Ratnavali, not wife is dead. That's in the first story. The Ratnavali comes from that Simhala place to this particular, to his place, Kaushambi, the king's place. I'm telling you the story. It's not too much mentioned here. Okay. So Ratnavali comes from this place to this place. Why? Because this minister tells the father of Ratnavali that the queen of the Udayana's queen has died. That is Vasudatta has died. So when Ratnavali comes from this place to this place, and she is being made again a handmaiden. She is not the queen. Nobody knows that she is from royal place. The same story plays out. The king sees the women. He falls in love with her. She falls in love with the king. The queen is obviously upset. Again, the same story. Then queen comes to know that she's from the royal birth, royal blood she has. Then she agrees to their union. That's the simple story. Okay, so the chief minister of the king, in seeking the master's welfare, plans his marriage with the Ratnavali, with the daughter of Simhala, right? Kingdom of Simhala. Simhala, that is Sri Lanka now. And that's the story. Okay, you got the story? Really funny, right? But if the question you get along these lines, it's really easy. The last this Priyadarshika. Priyadarshika. So the same story revolves around here also. So there is a girl, Aranyaka. She is an exile from there is a war between two people, and this is enemy, and he won, right? So the daughter of this particular king takes an exile into the kingdom of Vatsaraj. Vatsa basically. She takes exile into this Vatsa, right? And these two, king and the queen, decided to, okay, we will take care of her. But what happens? The king falls in love with the this particular girl. Okay, and finally everything plays out, and the play has a happy ending, celebrating the marriage of Aranyaka to the king with the blessing of the queen, when she comes to know that she is the daughter of the deposed king, who is her own kith and kin, and now whose kingdom is restored to him. That's it, very easy. So same story revolves around in Priyadarshika. Similar story is there in Ratnavali. You just need to remember, and all revolved around the Vats area. And these two of the plays are from Harshvardhan. One more thing I think we have left out. This one, Ratnavali. It's a Sanskrit drama about the beautiful prince Ratnavali and the great king Udayana. It is attributed to the Indian emperor Harsha. It's a Natika in the 4 act. This one is important. One of the textual reference to the celebration of Holi, the festival of color, has been found in this text. So the question comes, and which of the following tests the first textual reference to the Holi is there? Then you write that this is the Ratnavali is the literature in which the textual reference to the Holi is there, and that's it. Okay. So we have seen 5 of the different literature. I know that's a novel way of doing the things, but I tell you, this is what the point of Impetus series is really about. It is about tracking down this, decoding the randomness of UPSC, and give you a very high benefit to the cost ratio, and providing this video. So we have seen the Swapnam Vasudatta of Bhasha and read something about Bhasha as well. Malvika we done, Malvika Agnimitra, then Meghdut of Kalidas, then Ratnavali of Harshvardhan, and then Predarshika of Harshvardhan. Okay. So the first video is done. It's a really small video, around 16-minute, 17-minute video will be there, and we'll try to cover everything in 4 to 5 videos. Okay. See you in the next class. Thank you.